All right, week 2 review. My squad lost to the defending champions 7-3. Yeah, I think he played without these nuts, without Harden. And yeah, man, my team need to step it up and do better. And yeah, at least these first two matchups, we get a rematch. Near the end of the fantasy season before playoffs. So at least I get a chance to rematch it before playoffs, and maybe in the playoffs again if we both match up in the playoffs. So then we have Fantasy Savage versus 808 Team Mello. 808 Team Mello got the slight blowout win, 8-2, over Fantasy Savage. Then we had Orlando Pride versus John's Blockheads. They tied up. Team Alexander versus Who You Fat. Team Alexander got the blowout win over Who You Fat. Buzz City Bums beats Ass Nation Part 2 7-3. 420. 469. Slightly gets the W over McTarget's Goons. Ass City slightly gets the W over Buckingham. And the game of the week, which was Taylor Swift versus Me2 Movement. Yeah, they tied up. So let's move on to preview of week 3 right now. My squad versus Orlando Pride. So it looks like the only categories still up for grabs are steals and maybe field goal percentage. So Orlando Pride, yeah, he can maybe come back in those two categories. So yeah, we'll see. But it looked like all the other categories locked out of. 3-pointers made, that'd be a long shot, to come back in that for my squad. So looks like Orlando Pride gonna get the W over my squad, and yeah, we'll have to just come back strong on these other teams coming up. We'll be facing. Then we got Who You Fat versus Fantasy Savage. Who You Fat is winning right now, and Fantasy Savage trying to come back in. Okay. You don't know around what time? Okay. Alright then. Alright. So, Fantasy Savage. Three-pointers made. Fantasy Savage trying to come back, maybe blocks and free throw percentage and field goal percentage. So yeah, there's 3 categories you could come back in. Then we got Team Alexander versus Ass Nation Part 2. Ass Nation trying to come back in points. 3-pointers made, trying to win that. And field goal percentage, you can come back in all those 3. McTarget's Goons versus D's Nuts. McTarget's Goons trying to come back in maybe turnovers. Maybe free throw percentage, but long shot. Everything else, I don't know, it's going to be tough to come back in. Looks like these nuts got a solidified W in that one. Buckingham versus Buzz City Bums. Category still up for grabs. Are 3-pointers made. Slightly free throw percentage. And maybe even blocks. And even points, maybe. Me2 Movement versus 420 469. Tied up right now. Category still up for grabs. Blocks. Maybe turnovers. maybe field goal percentage, and maybe 3-pointers made. So there's like a few categories still up for grabs. Taylor Swift versus Ad City. Taylor Swift down under versus Ad City. Taylor Swift, can he come back in? 3-pointers made, he's trying to. 3-point percentage, steals, and blocks. You got a few, about 3-4 categories you can come back in. So the game of the week was 808 Team Don Miller versus John's Blockheads. And John's Blockheads trying to come back, and 3-pointers made, free throw percentage. So the 2 categories you can come back in easily. And let's take a look at this game of the week, more detail for it. It's the last Sunday for the game, so 3-pointers made. Look like all these guys can make threes, especially KD and Bron and Conley, who could make threes on his squad. Yeah, he got some 3-point shooters too. But 5 is going to be a lot to catch up from. And what else? Free throw percentage. Yeah, he could probably come back in that too. Turnovers. Well, he's already winning turnovers, so. But yeah, that's what it is, man. For week preview, we can look at offers reports real quick. There hasn't really been no big offers this week. The 40 for Isaac Okoro was interesting. At the beginning of the week. Oh yeah, that was interesting at the very beginning of the week. He put in 2 bids, 60 and 61. I put in 52. But what has he been doing? Let's see. Oh, 10-10, 41 minutes. So he stayed getting it still. There was a lot of bids on this Monday. I think that was the start of the week, though, to get your team situated, though. That's why. But yeah, that's what it is. What has Marcus Caesar been doing? Let's see. A few assists. Bless you. Yeah, that's what it is. Holla. For week 2, week 3 preview. Overall, the league, I mean, there hasn't really been no standout teams. It looks like the Nuggets is still the best team, and even without Jamal Murray, right now they still looking like one of the top teams. Out east, Boston was the top team, but they say they have no bench, and also, yeah, they have the worst bench in the league. That's the problem with the Celtics, but you got the best starters line up in the league. But Milwaukee hasn't been playing good. Dame, Dog been out. The kid I drafted, he's been taking games off already. And those are supposed to be the top 2 teams out east. You have the Bucks and the Celtics. And out west, oh yeah, the Clippers, man. They got the loaded star squad now, but getting blown out, which is interesting. But we'll see. Maybe they'll figure it out. The team chemistry issues with Harden involved now. Yeah, that's what it is. Week 2 review, week 3 preview. But I'll holla.